This video is going to show how students can use the Create tab to be able to create whether it's a text response or insert links as a file submission in Schoology. So right now I'm in here again as a sample assignment. As a student on the right side, I see a submit button. In this case, I've submitted two other different pieces of work just to show other ways to submit things as well. So as a student, I would click submit, or in this case, resubmit. Then when I get this window that pops up, I'm going to click the Create tab. So in this case, it gives me a rich text editor, which allows me to be able to type a response or copy and paste, like I said, if I have a link. So for example, if the teacher gave a prompt where the students were just going to submit their answers in Schoology, I could just say something like, "This is my response." If you are asked to submit something like a link to something else you've been working on, what we just want to be careful with is how we share that link. So for example, I'm going to go into a tool that some of the teachers use. This is Adobe Spark. When I'm in Adobe Spark as a student, I have this screen where I can edit all of my different parts of my project. And one of the things that we get used to doing is when we copy links, we just want to go to the top URL bar and we just want to copy this to be able to put it over to Schoology. But I just want to emphasize that whenever you use an extra tool, the link that you see on the top is specific for you because you have access to be able to edit that different project. So whenever you're sharing for Schoology where you want your teacher or you want someone else to see it, you want to look for a share button on whatever tool you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and click share. And I'm going to go ahead and say I want to invite, or I want to publish this to make it that anybody can see it. And then what you'll end up is some sort of shareable link. So ultimately, in this case, I'm just going to click copy. This is the link that's going to make it specific for viewing. You'll notice that this link here is different than the one that's above. You can take a second just to kind of compare the two. So I'm just going to hit copy. And then what I'm going to do is, now that I have this link copied, I'm going to go back over into Schoology. And then I can choose a couple of different ways to do this. I could just paste my link on here. What you'll notice is that it doesn't make it turn blue. So it doesn't even though it is a hyperlink, it doesn't make it clickable for the teacher. So I could also change this up as well. I could say all right, well, I could say this is my, instead of saying this is my response, I could say this is my video. What I could do, and this kind of works the same if you work in Word or anything else, is you could highlight any part of the text that you want, and then you could say, all right, I'm going to turn this into a link. And then all I have to do is, once again, I would just paste that link that I got, and you'll notice now that this turns blue. And then what this does is when the teacher goes to look at your submission, instead of them having to copy and paste your link in this form down here, they would just be able to click it if it turns blue. Once again, I could also just highlight the whole link. I could say I want to turn this into a link, and then just say, all right, now when the teacher clicks on it, they would be able to just view it. When I have this ready to submit, I would just hit the submit button. Schoology also allows you to save as a draft, so if you started typing and you had to go away, just make sure you would hit save draft before you would close the window. When you go back to make your submission, you could pick up wherever you left off then. So I'll hit submit. Once again, I'll see a third revision here in this case, since it's the third time that I'm submitting something. And basically, I could go back, view this. I now can see my submission here. Notice that when I hover over the link, now I can click on it because I turned it into an actual link. And this makes it really nice for your teacher and even yourself if you want to go back and view what you did.